Keep an eye on that. That's not bad. I like that chart. So we're getting a bit of a pullback on TRVL, which is interesting. Look at this. We're basically back down to the low. We're now coming back to retest. There's a little bit of an SR flip going on here. Don't know if you can see it, but we're basically at an SR flip now. And good morning, Hector Manuel Bruno Rios. So yeah, what do I see from this? Well, a couple of things. I'm seeing decreasing volume, decreasing prices. Now, when you have decreasing volume, decreasing prices, that means that the price is it's not bearish really. Decreasing prices, it's normal. It's a consolidation where you're selling. People are selling off, but they're slowly selling less and less and less. That's what's happening here. So if you look at all the red candles, you can see the red candles are selling less and less and less. The volume is decreasing. And generally speaking, the green candles are quite bullish because you have increasing volume or quite high volume. All right. So I'm not feeling bearish at all. On buy bet, you can see that it's decreasing volume, but slightly higher volume today than yesterday. Let me have a look at KuCoin. Yeah, yesterday had more volume than today. Let me have a look at Gates. Decreasing volume. So the Gate and MEX are saying the same thing. Decreasing prices, decreasing volume. I think it's a large part of what's happening with TRVL and all the altcoins has got to do with Bitcoin. What's happening with Bitcoin? So Bitcoin causes uncertainty in the wider market, but all I can see when I'm looking at the higher time frame, I'm seeing decreasing prices, decreasing volume. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, that's not bearish. That's quite bullish, and I think we're in a correction, and so I keep on looking at this, and I think to myself, I mean, we haven't got the crazy impulse that I'm really expecting on TRVL. Yeah, so you might look at the monthly time frame and go, wow, look at this. On the monthly time frame, this is quite impulsive, and yeah, it is. So this could continue. You know, you could just get green candle, green candle, green. That could happen. This could just keep on going. Yeah, it's possible. There's no reason to think that this can't keep on pumping, and this could be the beginning of a move. It looks like it is, but we haven't changed market structure on the weekly time frame yet. We're still trying to take out this pivot on the weekly time frame. That's really important, and then a higher low is going to be really important on the weekly time frame too. So when you're looking at the weekly time frame, it's still not there. And actually, when I'm looking at a weekly time frame, I'm not fond of any of this impulsiveness. Actually, this is the impulsiveness that I want to see, like this. Yeah, where you have like green, 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 like literally one red, and it's a nothing. It's a like an insignificant red. It's like a doji at the highs, and then green, 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 and I'm not really seeing that, so I'm not fond of this impulsive move at all. Maybe this is the wave one, as I previously tried to analyze. Let me go back to my Elliott wave. I've been looking at this all the time to see where we are, and basically that 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in the 5, but I can see 5 waves here. And I can see, you can't really see them. So you have to zoom in. One, two, three, four, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. See 5 waves. This is a correction, and I can see 5 waves here. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. 2. Yeah, I'm not fond of any of this, actually, to be honest with you. I'm just like thinking about it. And even though this is quite bullish too, because you have this bullish reaction, there was no continuation. So maybe this isn't it. I don't know. I am struggling with this. And I think part of the reason why I'm struggling is because when I look at some other tokens and some other altcoins, it's very easy to see. And actually on this is very difficult to see. It's not easy to see at all, the Elliott waves. And actually what I'm looking for is green, like really the price pushing up, like crazy pushing up. And so when I look at some other tokens, I see that. And when I look at TRVL, I don't really see that. So I am wondering whether we are still just accumulating and we still haven't impulsed out. Because look where we are. We're still back underneath. We're back underneath 9 cents. Like what the hell? I do wonder whether we have to get past 9 cents before we have an impulse. You know, I don't like to see red candles in impulsive price action. You know, I like to just see green. And when you're looking at other tokens, when you see the impulse, you don't really see red candles. It's just a level up in the way the price moves. And I'm not seeing that. So I am wondering whether I'm just prematurely trying to create something which doesn't exist. Okay, and maybe we just have to wait and be patient for the real impulse. Excuse me. I am wondering that. Now, zooming into the current price action though, this was quite impulsive, but still 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, it's not really. Probably to there, then you have a correction and you have your 5. I don't know. To there. Let me see wave 5. I drew it here. One, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe this whole thing is still corrective and we still haven't formed our 5 yet. That's what I'm thinking right now. Still. A, B, C, 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 A, B, C. Maybe we're forming a complicated correction here. And the key is that we don't lose the 1. And if you suddenly start losing the 1, yeah, then maybe this whole thing is none of this is a wave 5. Maybe this whole thing is just the whole thing is corrective. And that's the other alternative. So whereas I am still thinking this was the wave 1, 2, 3, maybe this whole thing is still corrective. And that's the only other idea that I have. And we still have an impulse away from this area. That being said, yeah, that's kind of what, that's the other alternative that I'm thinking of with the way we are, with where we are with regards to the price. Maybe that was the 3, and maybe this isn't this 4 hasn't completed yet. We're still in a correction. So I've been thinking about this quite a lot. A, B, C, is that possible? Is it possible that that's your A, B, C, and this was an A, B, C, and now we're forming in like an A, B, C to go up for the final 5th wave of this wave 1? Okay, that's the only other thing that's in my mind. Now that's also possible, and so actually that would be really bullish if we're still in a correction. That would be really bullish if we're still correcting, and that was your impulse, and with this whole thing as a correction. The reason why that would be bullish is because then you can have a really nice wave 5, and wherever your wave 4 correction ends, let's just say for the sake of argument it's let me just pull these. That's that one. Okay, so let me just pull that out. That's what I want. Go to the higher time frame to have a look, see what it looks like there. Yeah, because look, this is like an ABC now. ABC, ABC. That's what it's looking like to me right now. I'm not seeing like the last impulse, and for all intents purposes you could argue that it just has to hold here for the final impulse, but maybe the wave 4 is actually ends somewhere here, wherever it ends, and then we impulse, and then we have a really strong impulse too. I'm thinking 17.5, like that, and this whole thing is just a corrective wave. I don't know where this 4 could end if that was true, but let's just say for the sake of argument we come back into the golden pocket at 7 cents. Then you could do a trend-based fib on that. And see where it comes. It would probably overshoot the golden pocket if it was to come lower. Yeah, that's the other thing that I have in mind. We had a nice V-shaped recovery here. That's a very strong recovery with increasing volume. We have a little bit of continuation, and now we're having a correction. Okay, so for all intents purposes, I'm looking at it now. I'm not necessarily thinking that this was our final wave. Maybe this was still corrective, and the reason why I'm thinking like that is because if that was the 1, this was the 2, and that was the 3, then you've only come back in to test the 1 on the wave 4. That's fine, but maybe we're not seeing the impulse yet. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. Does that look impulsive to me, to you, or not? But you want to see 5 waves, and I'm not quite seeing the 5 waves unless that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's your 5. Yeah, unless that's your 5. And now we're in a correction. I don't think it necessarily matters right now because we're only kind of considering the wave 1. I think later on down the line, it's going to be really important to see what happens down the line, because the closer we get to the end of the bull market, we'll be looking for a wave 5. Okay. And actually, for most people, they'll be looking to take profit at the end of wave 3. Most people will be looking for that. So because we're early and it's just forming and the token is still kind of hasn't broken out yet, this is very kind of, it's entertainment really. It's very speculative. Nothing negates the higher time frame ideas and fib levels that we've been talking about. And so the most important one is that fib on the log chart. So if I was to go back to MEX and pull it out, what is that one? Oh, I had it to the let me see where it is. I've got it on my Wyckoff folder. So what you can clearly see is that these higher time frame fib levels, the 236, the 382, are reacting. There's a reaction. Yeah, the price is not ignoring these higher time frame fib levels. And even though I thought possibly we crossed 9 cents and we can clear this 382 because we've already hit it once, actually we're still getting a little bit of a reaction. You see reaction once, reaction twice. Now we're pulling back. This is healthy. This is a healthy correction because we have decreasing volume. We just have to see where it finds support for the price to go back up. Is this wave 1 complete? Was that your wave 1? Time will tell. You know, time will tell. We have to just keep an eye on it. I would have expected a little bit more of an impulsive wave 1. I would have expected, honestly, I was thinking to myself, wave 1 should at least make a higher high on this. That would make sense. It doesn't make sense to me that we have a wave 1 and we haven't made a higher high in the weekly time frame. Like, then where's the impulse? The impulse is impulsive. It's going to push the price and people are going to buy it without even thinking about the price. I'm not seeing that right now. And so that's what makes me hesitate. So maybe, you know, maybe actually what we are doing is just back testing 9 cents. Now, these launch price levels of 9 cents, it could take a while to clear it. And I've seen that before because I've been looking at some other tokens where the price at the launch price, let me see if I can find one. I think it was Voigt. Was it Voigt? Let me pull that quickly. Do I have it to hand here? Or is it lower down? Yeah. There you see the launch price here. Basically, as you cleared the launch price, it was stuck at the launch price on this token for a period of 43 days, and it still came back to test the launch price again. And that test lasted another 30 days. Okay, and for all intents and purposes, that was the correction on this token, and now the token is pushing higher. Okay, and that's not the only token that I've seen where the launch price has been tested for a long period of time. So the other one that I've been looking at is Quanx. Twangs. I don't know how to pronounce it. Someone corrected me, but where is the launch price here? I've got it here. There. So you see, this is the daily chart. This is slightly different, but it came to reject one time, and then as it crossed, it was at the launch price for 4 or 5 days before it's cleared it. Slightly different. And we're having slightly different behavior in terms of the way TRVL is trying to get past the launch price. So you have the launch price, which is 9 cents. We've tested it once here, twice, 3 times, potentially 4 times. Now we're cleared it, and now we're back testing it. This could take a while, huh? This could take a while. Not sure how long it's going to take. This is not 9 cents is not the end price on this token. Like, that's what people need to realize. In the future, the launch price is going to become the floor of the price of this token, and anything accumulated underneath 9 cents is basically going to be your bank account. Yeah, basically in the future. This is 9 cents. That's the line in question, right? And right now we're trying to get through it. And so you can clearly see, let me mark it out. With one of these. Okay. You can see how 9 cents in the past played a pivotal role in the price. It wasn't exact. And then you can see here 9 cents flipped into resistance. You can see here that as the price was trying to impulse out above 9 cents for 2 days, it struggled before it broke out, and then it was holding here until it finally failed. And then now that we're back, you can clearly see that there was a rejection there, this whole thing was a rejection, and now we're just trying to find support. We're trying to flip 9 cents. That's what's happening right now. But in the future, we're going to break it and hold it as support, and then we're just going to continue, right? And then I don't imagine us ever coming back down to lose 9 cents, just simply because it was the launch price of this token. That was back in November 21, and now we're in April, or end of March, beginning of April 24. We're back at the launch price effectively. Once we flip the launch price, we're going to be going up. That will become your support line. But at the moment, what I can see is that these higher time frame fib lines are reacting. So I don't have a reason to think otherwise. As we go up, why 17.5 won't react, why 29.4 won't react, why as we go up, why 61 won't react, or further 95, or the all-time high. Like, I'm seeing that. It's just that right now, because of the way the price moved down, we're just trying to clear liquidity from previous price action. So if you think about all these people who were trapped as the price came up, they sold into that to break even, which is what's pulling the price down. But I mean, for all intents purposes, I'm seeing quite a bullish correction. As long as, I mean, the higher we hold, the more bullish we are. So if we can just kind of hold this level, okay, the onus is on the bulls to just keep on buying and keep on accumulating. I can't really emphasize that more. If we want higher prices as bulls, we need flatter corrections. Yeah, the flatter the corrections, the higher we go. In the future, that's going to be really pertinent. Yeah, when we finally do our wave 4 correction after we do a wave 3. Yeah, and then the only way to do that is for people at key levels to take profit, and and put orders to prevent the price going down and exhausting the price going down. That's the only way to do that. And then you get flat corrections, and then you have higher targets. And so even though deep corrections are bullish, for higher prices we need flat corrections. And that's really the message that I wanted to share with most people today. I'm not feeling bearish at all. Okay, on TRVL I'm maximum bullish. But we just have to see this through. Like, it's kind of annoying really, isn't it? Because we all want to impulse to the next level. Yeah. Hector Manuel Bruno Rios, Baba Yaga Raw. Oh, you're from Raw? What's your character name? Amrex. What's your character name, Hector? Why crypto? Gary. Oh my god, Gary. So yeah, I don't really have anything to say on TRVL. There's a nice daily level here that will probably offer some kind of support, as long as people put orders there. And we haven't yet lost this wick low here. I'm kind of still seeing that there's a little bit of an SR flip going on here. And it's very possible with a low liquidity token like this that we go down, bounce up, and we just head up. You know, like, one thing I know about TRVL is when the price is declining, don't sell. Because often you'll sell right at the low and the price will just reverse. Okay. And if I do some kind of fib pull on that, I think obviously I've said this before, I think 6.5 to 7 cents is a really good buy. But you know, we're at a fib line now. Look, we're at the 382 of this fib pull. We're back at it. We're testing it as support. Do we lose it? Yeah, it is possible we lose that level, but then you're just finding support slightly lower down. Eventually we'll break out to the upside. Eventually. Okay, eventually. In with these low liquidity tokens, the name of the game is accumulation. You're not trading these now because of the illiquid nature of these tokens. Once we get to higher prices, once the market is pumping like crazy, once retail is buying this token as much as they can at market and pushing the price up, then you can start thinking about taking profit at higher levels. And nothing's changed when it comes to my idea of the future. When I look at the monthly time frame, for all intents purposes, I'm seeing bullishness. Look at this. That's your Adam and Eve pattern forming, and we still haven't broken out of the neckline. Maybe that's when we're going to see the impulsiveness, a breakout of 9 cents. We're still not there yet, and maybe it's going to happen next month. Maybe we have a little pullback, and with Bitcoin we break out. As Bitcoin breaks out to new all-time highs, we're going to be breaking out. And I think the higher we can correct, the better. The flatter we can correct, the better. So something you have to remember is that when Bitcoin pulls back, the whole crypto market pulls back. Okay? And when crypto goes up, the whole crypto market goes up. Okay? So as Bitcoin corrects, if people are holding the price up of their altcoins to be flat corrections while Bitcoin is going down, if altcoins go flat, or if even better, if altcoins go up, then when Bitcoin goes up, the altcoins really go up. Yeah. And that's kind of what we want, or what we need. We need, as Bitcoin goes down, we need to stay flat. And we need to, if all go up. And then when Bitcoin starts going up, then we're pumping. And we saw a little bit of that with this correction here, because this correction here, the whole market was bleeding as we were going up here. the whole market was bleeding. Yeah. And the market is still bleeding. And so eventually, once the market stops bleeding, you see how we've adjusted our price. We're at higher prices now. Okay. And that's what we need. We need to have as flatter corrections as possible, or extended corrections, like more, just more interest, like continued interest in accumulating the token. Eventually, we'll get into that kind of FOMO moment where everyone is buying at whatever cost. That's my TRVL update. I don't really have anything to say except it'd be a good idea. Like, look at it. It's at 8.5 cents now. You're effectively right now, from the high pivot that's put in, we're 28% cheaper. The next level is only about 7% lower, the next level down. And then lower down, you know, you just look at these fibs. I hope we hold here, actually. That would be really bullish. We can hold here as Bitcoin corrects. And then when Bitcoin starts to go up, we can start going up. And we just have to just do that. All right. That's TRVL. I don't have much to say.